I'm hungry. So this is definitely a risky situation, but I think with mediocre luck, I could, in 2 rounds of combat, distract the Japanese from their main purpose. So what are the Brits going to do? The Russians have done their job in tripping up the Japanese. The Americans have put out some bait to draw the Japanese into a trap, or is it tomfoolery? What are the British going to do, particularly to defend the island, as well as, first and foremost, of course, win the battle for the Atlantic, save Moscow? Now, save Egypt is after save Moscow, and I would even put saving India. I would put saving India after saving Egypt. So let's see how it goes. So obviously we want to purchase and we want to be respectful with our purchases. By respectful, I mean that a lot of times people get adventurous and you've got to protect the homeland. So I can do that in a couple ways. I've got more transports than normal. I don't want to necessarily throw those away. I've got a full contingent for scrambling. I've got a 3-plane contingent there. Now he does have Holland, Belgium. And he does have 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I just wanted to count that out. 8, 10, 11. So I can get 3 scrambling fighters, 2 destroyers, and whatever I build, plus there's a fighter right there and a cruiser. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. It's 10. I mean, obviously all those are throwing 3s and 4s. So I've got 3 planes here. I would need one more plane for the full scramble. So let's say I did that. Can't buy a battleship. Could buy a cruiser. It's a 3, as opposed to 2 2s. My 2s didn't do too well in France, I have to say. This gives me 2 dice rolls. This gives me 2 hit points and 1 2. This gives me 2 dice rolls. This gives me 2 dice rolls. So let's take a look at this. We'd be buying stuff for a scramble and challenging him to oh, you know what? I'm going to lose a plane. Forgot. I'm going to lose a plane, at least 1 plane against that battleship. So 3-plane scramble, 1 up. I lose 1. And I still have 3-plane scramble. And 1 destroyer, 2 destroyers, 3 destroyers, and a cruiser. So that is 3, 4 C, and then 6 for the 6 for the scramble, 10. And see if he comes back. I do think he's going in, but I don't think there's a way to block him using that cruiser. it does give him an advantage. 7, 8, 10, 11. All right. Well, I think he'll probably go for it, but let's get those transports out of there so it doesn't make it juicier. One, two, three. Okay, just want to make sure that I don't keep 109 and lose London. So then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So those 10 planes and 2, that's 12. So 12. It'd be very hard though because I could scramble 3 fighters into the sea zone against the single cruiser, and that would be disastrous for him. Yep, sink the boats before it even reached it. So I think I'm feeling pretty good about that. You want to pause this for a second? All right, I changed it up. We are going to try to take out that Navy, Taranto. I don't like Taranto, but he didn't send the German fighter down there, which kind of indicates a lack of enthusiasm for Africa. I think I have to do this for this, although I can spend $1 on anti-aircraft. With $2, I mean. All right, let's see what happens. We do not declare war on the Japanese. We do not do politics. All right, let's get this done. One, two, three, four. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to take one of these fighters first because I actually do not want to bring in the. Oh, I have to ask him, don't I? All right, this is going to be an asked video. That's 3. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then this is a bit risky, huh? Okay, now that I'm not doing that, I have the ability to peel off. All right, that's good. I think we're good. All right, over here, no war declared. 33 is filled. Okay, I do not want to go there. Maybe I do, actually. I mean, can he really do both? He can't really do both. So he'd have to pass off some units over here. All right, let's give him some options. Plus, those could participate in the if he declares war and goes after Hawaii, he would have to either block that or that could be used in combat against the surviving force. Almost a sure hit. All right, so I don't usually do this. I'm trying to try something a little different. I'm gonna take over Sumatra. I don't usually do that. I'm usually much more concerned about this. But taking out the battleship makes me feel better, even if he has a cruiser and destroyers left. Um, I mean that is fine. You could look at the players here and look at the battle map. Pop this up to find out it's going to be a wipe. Attackers win 81% of the time. This one's hit or miss. All right, Schultze. So I'm going to just do a recap of the battles on the board right now, and that's 1 damaged battleship in 110 with a destroyer and 3 fighters coming in. Let me actually call him up. Who knows? Maybe he's on his lunch or something. I'm going to pause for a sec so I don't get embarrassed by anything. All right. As we do this experimental turn, using my TV and earlier resolution, he decided not to scramble, and I did let him know the odds. Okay, so come on, cruiser. Get it. Nice. The cruiser wins. That's fabulous. Okay, that's nice. And I am going to take one of the planes that came from over there, Gibraltar. We remain. We finish it, and he misses. Okay. So this plane came from there. So battle in 110. Boom. Done. Okay. Done. Okay. That's exactly what we wanted. Like I said, we need that 3-plane scramble. And we've got 4, 8, 5, 8, 9, 10, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, and 3 is 15. All right, let's get this out of here. This is safe. That's nice. This guy, these guys go here. What's going on? What is going on here? Well, I've never seen that before. It endured combat. Quebec is connecting to the ocean. All right. Well, nuts. Okay. All right, keep going. I'm going to go to my active units. This is one of my favorite parts. Excuse me.
So how are we getting the car down to the shop tomorrow?
Hold on just a second. Finishing up. Okay, this one goes over here, where these airplanes can be picked up. All right, that guy will go over here. And the destroyer will go up to 81. But before they do that, these guys will go up to Rhodesia. This guy, what am I doing here? Oh, yeah. Okay, actually, there's no fear of invasion. So let's bring everything down and over. No transport. Do I want to go up that way? Come down this way. All right, I'm going to go up this way. I like taking Iraq. Opens up some factory potential possibilities. I don't necessarily do that all the time, but I like the option, and I like the money. And we are okay with him doing that if he wants to advance that way. Oh, nuts. Okay, so on non-combat, I take one guy. I go to Sumatra. And uh-oh. And I go there. Never done that before. Not in all of my UPS. I mean, Axis and Allies existence. Have I ever done that? Alright. Not much of a navy. Certainly not after next turn. Oh, I do have a transport. What am I thinking? He only has $10, so he can't buy an aircraft carrier. If he wants to throw away the bomber on the transport, he can do it. Nope, can't even do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, that's good. All right, that's it. Active units. Quebec, everyone moved up. Suppose I had to move them up even more, but I mean, I guess. I don't know. Weird. That's good. Three plane scramble. All right, that's it. And then we put two of these guys. And then up here we put and I guess we could have put one more plane. Nope. I'll put a plane down here. Do I need this sub up here? Convoy. Yes. $34. $21. Wow. All right, let's do a recap. I got over here and I didn't exactly finish a recap. 48 has a sub and a destroyer. Philippines has 2 infantry. Guam has a U.S. fighter. And then the final tally is destroyer off Midway and battleship, aircraft carrier, destroyer, sub, 2 cruisers, a fighter, and a diver off of Hawaii. 3 fighters on Hawaii with an infantry and 3 artillery. For the British, there's a battleship off 54. There is a infantry in Sumatra as well as a transport in 41. There are 5 infantry in Shan State, 5 in Burma, 3 anti-aircraft, a fighter, and artillery, as well as 4 infantry, 1 anti-aircraft in India. And Union of South Africa, there are 2 mechs and a plane. Rhodesia has 2 infantry. In 81, there's an aircraft carrier, destroyer, a fighter, and a diver. In Egypt, there's 3 infantry and a artillery. In Transjordan, there's a tank and mech, artillery, and infantry. In Eastern Persia, there's an infantry as well. In Malta, there's a fighter, diver, bomber, anti-aircraft, and an infantry, as well as a 96 a cruiser and 97 as a destroyer and a cruiser. There's a fighter in French West Africa. There are 2 transports and a destroyer in 106, as well as a tank and an infantry in New Brunswick, as well as an infantry artillery in Quebec. In Erie, there's a mech. In UK, there's 5 anti-aircraft, 5 infantry, 2 fighters, and in 110 there's a sub. And that is UK turn 1. Just make sure. I always want to make sure to protect the homeland. 10. They would all be fired at. Every one of them. That can reach 10 and 2. That's 12. Plus a 3 plane scramble against a cruiser. And whatever aircraft you would send into 110. And then you'd send the rest of the aircraft. So you'd have to save at least 3 aircraft. That would pare your numbers down from 10 to 7, 8, 9, 9 versus 5, 10, 11, 12, 9 versus 12. So, interesting stuff. Interesting choices, Larry. All right, that's card 36 with British turn 1.